Like the video and subscribe right now, and I'll show you Snow Doggos. Ready? 3, 2, 1. People with astigmatism driving at night be like. Cinder blocks and cement filled buckets with ropes tied to them found at the bottom of a dried up dam. I hope your dreams are good, human. She sneezed during a panoramic selfie photo. My eyes currently filled with blood after a bronchoscopy yesterday afternoon, no filter. My daughter made this at school, and it lives in my house now. Found this in my girlfriend's loft. She only moved in 3 months ago, and says she has never been up there. Guess what my name is? In the Welsh Christmas tradition of Memellion, a horse skull visits your home singing rhymes outside your door. That's not even the best part. The person inside needs to sing back with excuses, while wit can't come in. It goes back and forth until one gives up. If the person in the house can't respond, they let wit in, and it gets to raid your pantry and drink all your beer. So you're at battling a horse skeleton to keep all your alcohol? And here I thought the Welsh had nothing to offer besides consonants. Warning. Evacuate the island if you hear 8 short blasts. One of the last known pictures taken by the hikers of the Dyatlov Pass incident, 1959. Visit Australia, where there's stuff that bites the heads off crocodiles. Don't know where else to post this, but this is the original Yoda puppet today. My water bottles almost just scared me to death. Everyone at the doctor's office gathered around for my x-rays because no one has any idea why part of my fibula is just straight up gone. A soldier's face after 4 years of war, 1941 to 1945. Name checks out. Ogre-faced spider. Attention, visible on an Iceland volcano cam right now is a happy lava frog. Someone has upset the lava frog. I recently learned that volcano snails exist. Their shells are made of iron, and they live around hydrothermal vents that can reach up to 750 degrees Fahrenheit. Has scales, lives around extreme heat, protected by iron. That's a dragon. Found this in my apartment while living in Japan. They are fast. One of the most frightening things I've ever heard is when someone pointed out that the existence of the uncanny valley implies that at some point there was an evolutionary reason to be afraid of something that looked human but wasn't. What happens in cartoons when characters take their glasses off is true. This place is not a place of honor. No highly esteemed deed is commemorated here. Nothing valued is here. What is here and dangerous and repulsive to us? This message is a warning about danger. Some stranger, you, my friend, need to find God. Me, begins to search for God. The God I find. First time mother gives birth to 13-pound baby girl, the second biggest in the UK, after her bump was so big doctors thought she was having twins, and her skin stretched so much it bled. Queen Elizabeth II had 2 severely disabled first cousins, Nerissa and Catherine Lyon, who were publicly pronounced dead in 1940 and 1961 respectively. However, they were actually hidden in a care home for mentally disabled people without any visits or support from the royal family until their deaths in 1986 and 2014. 4 children for sale. Inquire within. In Australia, we don't lock our doors because we're scared of armed intruders. We lock our doors to keep the ducking roos out. In July 2018, scientists from Russia collected and analyzed 300 prehistoric worms from the permafrost in the Arctic. After being thawed, 2 of the worms began to move and eat. One is dated at 32,000 years old, the other is 41,700 years old. Deja vu area. This is your first time here. If this platform feels familiar, immediately alert an MTR employee. If you see something, say something. Waving children. Please wave back. Is this the year I finally used chicken wire to make yard ghosts? The way my soul would leave my body if I even caught a glimpse of these. The crucial 4th ice cream bowl was lost at some point, forever altering the vibe. I scream. You scream. We all scream. $75 million to sit in a room with him for 5 minutes. What you doing? For 75 mil he neither be worried about sitting in a room with me. Car crash. It's Matt's birthday. Haley, Matt and Jem. Smoosh speeding down the highway, Jem at the wheel sliding side to side. Sword to miss the stupid penguin. Car flips on the side. Silence for a second. Hauling Matt as his leg snaps on window. Blood spitting everywhere. Jem and Haley fly through the air. Jem hangs from power line. Hale's leg stuck up a tree. Sneaky snake bites dangling foot. They wake to strange sounds of people yelling in pain. This was in my dentist's waiting room. Is this a threat? You're low on ink. Never run low on ink again. Town stalked by giant 2 meters tall, 95 kilo kangaroo with a tourniquet, who emerges from the bushes to terrorize dog walkers and golfers. So my daughter just bought a house that was built in late 1800s. We found this and she threw it out. I got it out of the trash and let the games begin. A local fisherman in Costa Rica nursed a crocodile back to health after it had been shot in the head and released the reptile back to its home. The next day, the man discovered Pocho had followed him home and was sleeping on the man's porch. For 20 years Pocho became part of the man's family. Danger. Never open this door after dark. Always look before you open this door. Your life could depend on it. What are the chances my neighbor's house has a dead body? Waving goodbye in the suicide capsule. I'd like to nominate Cardboard Humans Watching Baseball in a Dystopian Hellscape for Photo of the Year. Thanks. This abandoned hospital had a visitor last night. Hoover Dam spillway tunnel, 50 feet wide and 600 feet deep. You can hear rushing water down in the darkness. The walkway above gives a sense of scale. Chicken with a genetic defect. Mosquito flies in front of the lens. Lake Mead 1983 vs 2021. 1983. 2021. A peanut lodged inside a child's trachea. An image created by an AI with keywords abandoned prison covered in fog. SpaceX has robot dogs patrolling their rocket factory now. My boyfriend fell asleep making pizza. It cooked for 9 hours. This happens to my hands at cold temperatures. Picture of a man with schizophrenia before and after his lobotomy. I work graveyard at the mall alone. This was in the middle of the floor at 4 AM this morning. The lower dungeon of Warwick Castle, an oubliette where prisoners were dropped and forgotten about. Someone anonymously sent this to my neighbor. Something bad is going to happen to your dog if you don't get its barking under control. In 2009, cave explorer John Edwards got trapped headfirst in Nutty Putty Cave, Utah, USA, and couldn't be rescued. He suffered cardiac arrest after being inverted for 28 hours and died with his body still trapped upside down. The caves have been shut with concrete now. John Jones was trapped headfirst in a vertical shaft in Nutty Putty Cave. Rescuer could see only his feet that were out of the narrow passage. The crew tied John with a rope connected to a series of pulleys to reduce frictions. Everything was ready and they pulled it hard as they could. But suddenly, and without warning, one of the pulley failed. The pulley came loose at its anchor point in the cave well, which contained a substantial amount of loose clay. Imagine being a person who doesn't know what apes are seeing this. Portland man found his tire slashed and this note on his car: "You were so easy to find, Mark. You should drive more carefully." This isn't a Halloween haunted house. It's a part of a factory my brother worked in. The remains of the astronaut Vladimir Komarov, a man who fell from space, 1967. The Danish special forces are just militarized sleep paralysis demons. Fingers without nails. People offering prayers at the Yamuna River, India, which is frothing from industrial waste. Pond City Apartments in Johannesburg, South Africa, the tallest residential building on the African continent. Texas City shares photo of unidentified entity outside zoo. Still one of the creepiest images I've seen. Stop. Prevent your death. Go no farther. There's nothing in this cave worth dying for. Do not go beyond this point. Was playing video games when I heard a sounds to my left. Looked over and saw this. The cork lid trapdoor spider. If you see what looks like an ancient coin buried in sand, leave it alone. Researchers in China have carried out a head transplant on a monkey. They connected up the blood supply between the head and the new body, but did not attempt to connect the spinal cord. The monkey fully survived the procedure without any neurological injury. It was kept alive for only 20 hours. A humbling message outside a cemetery in the middle of the woods. Pause a moment as you pass by. As you are now, so once were we. As we are now, so shall you be. Found this little cutie on my bed. Eye injury causes man's iris to collapse. A schizophrenic patient's last drawing before suicide. In the works for years, a suicide machine will soon be tested in Switzerland. At the push of a button, the pod becomes filled with nitrogen gas, which rapidly lowers oxygen levels, causing its user to fall unconscious and die within a minute. The elephant's foot, when it was originally found standing by it for 5 minutes, would kill you. Kill every buffalo you can. Every buffalo dead is an Indian gone. The American bison is the new US national mammal, but its slaughter was once seen as a way to starve Native Americans into submission. Woman designs masks that are custom printed with your own face. Men of Reddit, what do you think is more painful than childbirth? Acute radiation poisoning. Fun fact, it's impossible to administer painkillers effectively. Once your body starts decomposing with you still alive inside of it, there's nothing but pain left. Man, that was so fun. What a fun fact to read. I hope your dreams are good, human. In the basement of my Airbnb. This very suspicious suitcase a guy put under the seat before promptly exiting. This is the witch's bull in a cemetery in Memphis, Michigan. weighing almost 3,000 pounds. It has slowly been moving upward since 1903. What has he done? One is Portland, the other is Fallout 4. Fallout has cleaner air. House while hiking in the Appalachian Trails. There were no paths or roads going to this house. Just some regular rubber gloves washing accidentally opened the gate of hell. Big for your information. Hammerhead worms are here. Please be cautious when working in your yard. The girl cursed with the inability to feel physical pain. She rarely eats or sleeps because of her inability to feel hunger or tiredness. The only known case of chromosome 6 deletion, where a person does not feel pain, hunger, or the need to sleep, and subsequently no sense of fear, is a 7-year-old girl named Olivia Farnsworth. In 2016, she was hit by a car and dragged 30 meters, yet felt nothing, and emerged with minor injuries. A friend of mine just sent me a picture of his dinner. A slice of cheese, salt, pepper, Tabasco, soy sauce, ignore the toe. Oh no, my kid discovered the baby monitor. Disney technicians repairing an animatronic figure. I want a girl who looks at me like Bezos' girlfriend stares into his soul. 280 million year old fossil found in Western Australia. Photo by Tom Capitani. India's sacred blue cow, the Nilgai, also introduced to Texas, where it is now feral. Chicken teddy bears. Selling chicken teddy bears, homemade. I make them myself. Chickens have lots of extra parts when you are cooking them, so I can make a bear out of 2 chickens. $25 if you supply chicken. $35 if I provide the chicken. Edible and can be cooked once the kids are done playing with it. It's a great family activity. Rape has become endemic in South Africa, so a medical technician named Zanette Ellis developed a product for women to fight back. Ellis had never forgotten a rape victim telling her forlornly, "If only I had teeth down there." Ellis created a product she called Rapox. It resembles a tube with barbs inside. The woman inserts it like a tampon, and any man who tries to rape the woman impales himself on the barbs and must go to an emergency room to have the Rapox removed. Some critics say this is a medieval punishment. That funny moment when you find the AirTag someone put on your car. Instead of carving the jack-o'-lantern myself this year, I poked a bunch of small holes in a pumpkin and stuffed the holes with peanut butter. I then let the squirrels go at it for 2 days. The result is something truly disturbingly. Bed throw blanket. Wool luxury throw. Woven bedspread, queen bed cover. King bedspread, wool blanket, bed blankets, bed decor, bed comforter, couch. I was hunting with my grandfather for my 19th birthday about a year ago, and we both watched a deer slam its head into a rock until its antlers and skull were shattered. Once its brains were everywhere, it tried to lick them up and looked like it couldn't even use its jaw or tongue right, so it just stood upright like a ducking human and just walked into the river and died. We left immediately, and my granddad was ducking terrified. I haven't been near woods since, and he moved to Florida with my grandmother for safety reasons. Let's play a game. You're now the president. Make a change to your country. First reply will choose how it will backfire. Featured comment. Said Swede. Girlfriend. So, what do you think your ex-girlfriends are doing now? Boyfriend. They're probably still finding a way out of the back rooms where I left them. Girlfriend. If you want to be featured in the next video, use hashtag dankness.